Neil, you have responsibility for innovation and advanced technologies that come out of the Middle East and Africa for Johnson & Johnson globally. Why does Johnson & Johnson focus on the Middle East and specifically Israel for the kind of leapfrog technologies and companies that you need?
First of all, thanks for having myself and J&J on the group. Mahaban and Shalom. The reason why J&J focuses aggressively in the Middle East, it comes down to what we have really called the 3 C's. The Middle East and Israel, UAE, and Africa have all demonstrated a strong commitment to the first C, which is capability. The capability is clearly here from the past speakers that we've all just heard from, and the proof is in their exits and development of the leading technologies for corporates. The second C that we really focus on and why we're so excited to be here and on this call today is culture. These are cultures that are set to win. They are built to scale. They're not afraid of failure, and they help all the large corporates get there even faster. And the third and probably the most important C that they deliver for us is they know their customers. You do not have, let's say 40 plus exits and unicorns, billions of dollars represented here because you don't know your customers. You have this because you know what customers want, and you're able to continue to develop even more focus on what was best for them. And that is why we focus on this area, and that is why I'm located and living here in the Middle East.
When you speak about customers, what is it about Israeli startups and their focus on global customer needs that resonates with you, and that keeps you investing time, money, and energy in the region?
Well, there's a very important saying here. No one has exclusivity on great ideas. They come from anyone. In this region, it doesn't matter. You could be someone in the business for 30 years. You could be a leading corporate executive, and there'll be someone coming right up who's junior, and they'll have a great idea, and we can just go with it. So they're able to know and share amongst all levels. And I think that's a big, big feature. The second one is they know that customers want 3 things, and it leads back to knowing customers. They know in this particular area, when we speak about them, that customers always want a fair price. They know that if you are too expensive or too cheap, you won't be able to scale it so effectively. So it has to have a fair price. They know that customers want options and selection, and so that's what you see in all the past speakers. There's many companies that do all sorts of areas within the business, as they were referencing the charts here, and that's very important. And the last one is, have you ever noticed how efficient, convenient, and effective these are? They don't make it complicated. They make it simple, so that way we can adopt them into our big corporates, give them to our customers, and they can help us scale it around the world. So this is why we spend all the energy in this region, and this is why we continue to grow our organization here in this region, adding people, resources, office space, and investments.
And so from your perspective, Neil, from a global multinational like J&J, what would be your advice for our partners in the UAE and others watching today?
We are really excited to continue our relationship in the UAE like we've done in the past. We're excited to be part of this partnership that is existing between Israel and the UAE and Bahrain. And my advice has been the same to the Israelis as it's been to everyone else in the Middle East and in Africa. Friction equals failure. The only way is to collaborate. And it takes practice with everybody. But when you eliminate friction at the customer use case level, you'll see tremendous achievements across the industries. So when someone said, what do I think about the Accord and these agreements, and the peace treaties? The input is just the peace accords and the treaties. The output is the results that's in our hands. This is what we do today, even on this call, this webinar. The output is us. This is just the beginning, and I'm real excited to continue the relationship. I really appreciate you asking these questions today. Shukran.